I cannot remember the last time that I watched a movie that made me wait a week before I could willingly talk about it. Actually, I think it's been a week and a half since I've watched the movie. I Today I'm talking about the new Texas Chainsaw Massacre movie. It is an absolute stinker. It is awful. And I'm not really like the largest fan of slasher films. My girlfriend's more of a fan of slasher films than I am. My idea is like if the movie's plot requires like a way to be fixed by getting in a car and driving away really quickly, then what's the point in like making a plot? But no, this movie is just awful. They basically the entire plot is they or these people buy a town and the mom doesn't realize like a mom doesn't realize that the house was sold or whatever, the town was sold, whatever. So then they end up stressing the mother out, who's already like an old lady. She's an old lady. So they stress the old lady out and have to drive her away. And while they're driving her to the nearest hospital, she like has a heart attack or something. And then this pisses off the old lady's son, who happens to be Leatherface. And when he gets upset, he starts just murdering people. And he like crashes a cop car, and then he kills people while like it's just under like really weird. So then while these other people are back at home partying and having, a decent time, he comes back, breaks into his house, punches the wall a bunch of times, grabs a chainsaw and kills a bunch of people. And then you have like some cool people come in from the original movie. They start blasting him with a shotgun, nothing happens, and then they drive away in a Tesla. That's the entire movie's plot. And like I get that it's a slasher film, so it's not supposed to be a good movie, but like it is just a absolute stinker. The first thing, like, I don't even know anything that's good other than the bus scene, which isn't even a good scene. It was ruined by the fact of why the scene started. Not to dive too much into spoilers, but the like big massacre scene literally occurs because someone hears a noise while they're driving away. They're actively driving away, and instead of continuing to drive away because he didn't even break the tire, or at least like we assume he didn't break the tire, he just hears a loud noise. He's like, I gotta get out of the car and see what's up. I gotta check it. Which then causes him to get his head chopped off, and then causes like 50 or so people to get murdered. I don't get it. And like they also had a a plot point that they made pretty aware with one of the main characters was in a school shooting, and then she has to learn to overcome her fear of guns while there's a maniac with a chainsaw around. Like it's just, I don't know, it's just a very weird entire plot. Like I genuinely don't know how to grade it, because like it's not like it's bad, but it's not so bad that it's good, but it's also not bad that like I would be opposed to being forced to watch it again. Like I wouldn't want to watch this movie again, obviously. But like I don't know, it just wasn't good to me. There was another plot scene where one of the main characters who dies like right away, one of the main people who dies right away, instead of doing anything to give her like the other main character his car keys while he's trying to give her the car keys, he just stands there and stares at the mirror, or at a mirror where Leatherface is hiding behind. It's just really weird. And then they bring out like a plot point where one of the old characters from the original movie comes in, and she's like trying to do this badass Hindu wizard shit with a shotgun, and she just misses. And then they put like a really big emphasis on like, oh my god, we killed him, he's so dead. And then they spoil it at the end with this like plot twist, he's not actually dead. Oh no. Like your typical horror movie shit. And it just, I don't know, none of it made sense. But like I had a lot more fun watching the movie because I was watching it with my girlfriend. Granted, she made me watch it for an hour, and it's like an hour and 22 minutes or something like that. And there are just so many other things I would rather do than watch that fucking movie. It's awful. Um yeah, I noticed like a bunch of people actually enjoyed it, and like for a slasher film, it's not the worst slasher film I've ever seen, but it's definitely like bottom five. Like it's not good. But just giving it like a quick rating, and since this is gonna be short, just giving a quick rating, dude, it is a 60%. It barely fucking passes. It is awful. Like they just, I don't know. Some of the plot points I don't feel like were really needed, but like the kills were super cool. So like, and if you like horror slashy films, you'll like that. But just everything else was bad, and just had to talk about this because it was just one of the worst movies I've seen so far, and that's pretty much all I got for you guys. See ya.